Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Prasar Bharati. Coming up in the next hour, US makes its first Gaza aid airdrop as mediators to seek truce deal. US official says ceasefire framework in place. UK-owned ship attacked by Houthi sinks off Yemen coast. Yemeni government warns of an environmental catastrophe from the ship's cargo of fertilizer. Trump wins Michigan Republican caucus in dominant show of force. And in tennis, Hugo Humbert wins Dubai title, beat Kazakh Alexander Bublik in summit clash. The US military carried out its first airdrop of aid into Gaza. US officials said that US airdrop used C-130 transport aircraft, which dropped more than 38,000 meals along Gaza's Mediterranean coastline. Other countries, including Jordan and France, have already conducted airdrops of aid into Gaza, where the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says a quarter of the population are one step from famine. Earlier, White House said that the airdrops would be a sustained effort and that Israel supported the measure. Meanwhile, a senior US official said that Israel has broadly accepted a deal for a 6-week Gaza ceasefire, and it is now up to Hamas to agree to release the most vulnerable hostages for the deal to take effect. US Vice President Kamala Harris will meet with Israeli War Cabinet member Benny Gantz at the White House on Monday. According to the White House official, during the meeting with Gantz, Harris is expected to discuss the urgency of securing a hostage deal, which would allow a temporary ceasefire, and the need to significantly increase aid into Gaza. The Israeli military promised an exhaustive and truthful investigation into the deaths of Palestinians squeeing for aid in Gaza this week. IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said that Israel will present its finding from Gaza aid incident, during which more than 100 Palestinians were reported killed and hundreds more wounded while swarming 8 trucks in Gaza City.
Following the incident during which dozens of Palestinians were killed during the entrance of 8 trucks into the northern Gaza Strip on Thursday morning, we are investigating this incident. We have all the documentation that we need in order to carry out an exhaustive, truthful investigation into the facts of this incident, and we will present our findings. It was a humanitarian operation we were running, and the claim that we deliberately attacked the convoy and deliberately harmed people is completely baseless.
A ship attacked by Yemen's Houthi rebels has sunk in the Red Sea. The UK-owned Rubimar cargo ship, which was attacked last month, is the first vessel lost since Houthi began targeting commercial shipping. A Yemeni government statement said the ship sunk on Friday night and also warned of an environmental catastrophe. US Military Central Command previously said the ship was carrying more than 41,000 tons of fertilizer when it came under attack. Now, at least 8 people were killed and 8 others wounded when a Russian drone crashed into an apartment block in Ukraine's southern port city of Odessa on Saturday. Rescue workers pulled 8 bodies out of the rubble and were still searching for more late in the night. According to Zelensky, the drone was a Shahid supplied by Iran. Russia has launched several thousands of these long-range winged drones throughout the war at targets deep inside Ukraine. And in his nightly video address on Saturday, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said a Russian drone attack that killed 7 people in Odessa could have been avoided if weapon supplies had not been delayed.
The world knows that terror can be opposed. The world has enough missile defense systems. Systems to protect against Shahid drones and missiles. Dealing the supply of weapons to Ukraine, missile defense systems to protect our people, leads, unfortunately, to such losses and to the constant growth of the list of children whose lives Russia takes away.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump on Saturday easily won the Republican caucuses in Michigan. Trump trounced Nikki Haley, his last remaining rival for the Republican presidential nomination. The former U.S. president also won the Missouri and Idaho Republican caucuses on Saturday. Trump beat Haley in all 13 districts taking part in the nominating caucuses, according to the state Republican Party. Overall, Trump won with nearly 98% support, which means 1,575 votes to just 36 for Haley. Trump won the primary convincingly on Tuesday, securing 12 of 16 delegates up for grabs. He took all of Michigan's remaining 39 delegates at stake on Saturday. The former U.S. president also won the Missouri Republican caucus on Saturday, according to Edison Research. Republicans were also holding caucuses in Idaho on Saturday, one of the final contests for Haley to alter the course for the race prior to Super Tuesday on March 5th, the biggest day in the primaries when 15 states and one territory will vote. With victories in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, the U.S. Virgin Islands, South Carolina, and now Michigan and Missouri under his belt, Trump is now closer to becoming his party's White House standard bearer and a likely general election rematch with President Joe Biden, a Democrat.
It's about focusing and preparing and being effective in November. There's not a philosophical divide or, an issue divide on those types of things. This is purely on getting the party ready to win in November. The focus is on beating Joe Biden, electing a president, electing a senator, electing Congress people, and taking back our state house. That's what people are focused on.
Republican frontrunner Donald Trump and his last remaining rival Nikki Haley collided in North Carolina on Saturday ahead of a contest next week that could carry deep implications for the November general election. North Carolina's primary is a part of Super Tuesday's slate of 16 nominating contests that will bring Trump close to clinching the Republican nomination. It's also the only race that day that will be held in a battleground state that could decide the next occupant of the White House. Trump drew a large crowd for his rally on Saturday at a Coliseum in Greensboro. In his speech to supporters, he called himself a political dissident and focused much of his speech on immigration. Trump edged President Joe Biden in North Carolina in 2020 election by 1.3 percentage points, about 75,000 votes, the closest margin in any of the states that he won.
Not one more innocent American life should be lost to migrant crime. Got to stop it. It's a new category, migrant crime. We call it Biden migrant crime, but frankly, it's too long. So we call it migrant crime. I came up with that name because I come up with a lot of good names, don't I? But it's migrant crime. It's a whole new category of crime, and it's probably going to be more vicious than anything we've seen. On day one of my administration, I will terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration, and we will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history because we have no choice. We have no choice.
And Britain's Finance Minister Jeremy Hunt is putting the finishing touches to a budget he'll deliver on Wednesday. He will do a series of interviews later ahead of budget. DD India's London correspondent Ollie Barrett reports.
When Jeremy Hunt gets to his feet in the House of Commons on Wednesday, he will hope to deliver a budget that can help turn around the Conservatives' ailing polling numbers. They are 20 points behind the opposition Labour Party, according to many polls at the moment, in a year that we know that there will be a general election. He had hoped to try and do that by rolling out significant tax cuts in this budget, but it now looks like that will be more difficult to do than Jeremy Hunt had hoped. Towards the end of last year, it looked like he might have some so-called headroom running into the billions of dollars, which would potentially allow him to significantly cut taxes. But since then, the economy has weakened. It went into a technical recession over the last 2 quarters for which we have data. And interest rates for government debt have also risen, meaning that the government may well have less money to play with when it comes to tax cuts. And at the moment, the tax burden for Britons is higher than it has been for decades post the cost of living crisis and post the COVID-19 economic crisis as well. So less room for manoeuvre perhaps than Jeremy Hunt had hoped. One area that it's being speculated he may look at is so-called non-dom status, that tax status for foreign domiciled nationals who are resident in Britain. He may look at that to try and save some money. As I say, all of this is seen in the context of there being a general election in the UK at some point this year. We don't know exactly when it's going to be. The opposition Labour Party insists that many of the economic problems that the government and the country face at the moment have been created by what they call the economic mismanagement by the Conservative Party. It is a major political event in Britain, though, the budget on Wednesday that will take place in the House of Commons, and Jeremy Hunt's going to be preparing the ground for it over the next few days. Tax cuts is one of the key areas that we're going to be keeping an eye on to see if Jeremy Hunt does feel he has the money to roll them out or not. Ollie Barrett in London, reporting for DD India.
Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu led the East African nation in paying last respects to the country's second president, Ali Hassan Mwinyi, who succumbed to lung cancer on February 29, aged 98. India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has sent condolences to the family, government and the people of Tanzania following his death. DD's Isaac Lucondo has more.
A state funeral was held at Aman Stadium in Zanzibar, where local and foreign leaders honored Mwinyi's contributions to Tanzania. In a social media post, India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, joined the numerous voices honoring the statesman, expressing deep sorrow over his passing. Dr. Jaishankar said India has a deep appreciation and respect for his exemplary leadership and contribution in the advancement of India-Tanzania relations. Mwinyi, who became president at 60 in 1985, succeeded Tanzania's founding father, Julius Nyerere. In 1989 and 1993, he visited India, strengthening ties between the two nations. Credited with transitioning Tanzania to a free market economy, Mwinyi introduced multi-party elections, despite many Tanzanians preferring a one-party state. His body was laid to rest in Mwangapwani village in Zanzibar on Saturday, where his son, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, currently serves as president. Isaac Kando in Dar es Salaam, reporting for DD India.
All right, still to come on DD India News Hour. Mexico is gearing up for elections on June 2nd, and the presidential candidates started their campaigns. New museum opened at Chichen Itza, a Mayan ruin in southern Mexico, registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Stay with us to know more. Singer-songwriter Ray creates history at 2024 Brit Awards. Stay with us to know more.
Human activities and habitat loss are a few among the many threats that birds face today.
I was riding on my pillion and there's a bird which fell right in front of me and I couldn't help the bird and the bird died. I thought something has to be done for this. This is what I thought, and by next year we started a rescue work.
We are like applying 100 kg of phosphorus. A plant is able to get only 8 to 10 kg. Some part will go to nearest water body, but maybe 80% of that will be precipitated in soil.
Group of women in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu who are not just cleaning up these dump yards but also reclaiming the land and turning it into something beautiful. The romantic city of Venice. But as the world heats and glaciers melt, the future of this city seems shaky.
It won't manage. Mosa won't be able to cope as a structure, but nor will the lagoon manage, because it needs the exchange of water.
India that invents. India that innovates. India that excites. India that invites. Land of possibility. Teeming with opportunities. Watch India Ideas each Thursday 8 p.m. only on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Mexico is gearing up for elections on June 2nd, and the presidential candidates started their campaigns. Mexico's ruling party presidential candidate Claudia Sheinbaum kicked off her campaign for elections with a rally in Mexico City's Zocalo Square. Sheinbaum is running under a coalition led by current President Andrés Manuel López Obrador's leftist Morena party, holds a comfortable 20 percentage point lead over former Senator Xochitl Gálvez, who represents the opposition coalition. Beyond the presidency, Mexican voters will also cast their ballots on June 2nd for lawmakers in both chambers of Congress, 8 governorships, as well as the Mexico City mayoral post and thousands of other local officials. And in Iran, final vote counting is underway after millions went to the polls to select lawmakers and members of the Assembly of Experts. The elections covered both the 290 seats in a 4-year term parliament and the 8-year terms for the 88-seat Assembly of Experts. Officials have not yet released turnout figures from Saturday's election. According to state media reports, turnout for Iran's parliamentary election appears to have hit an historic low of around 41%. The election followed anti-government protests in 2022-23 that spiraled into some of Iran's worst political turmoil and coincided with growing frustration over the sanctions-hit country's economic troubles. In Tunisia, thousands of members of Tunisian General Labour Union gathered in front of the Prime Minister's office in Kasbah Square. The protest was first time in months to defend social dialogue, condemn the restrictions on union rights and denounce increases in prices. Kasbah Square was filled with protesters demanding work, freedoms, national dignity and improvement of the social situation. The UGTT, which has about 1 million members, had been a critical voice after the arrest of activists, businessmen and journalists since President Kais Saied seized most powers in 2021 when he closed parliament. All right, weather updates now. Fire crews in the Texas Panhandle battled spot fires on Saturday amid an increase in winds that are threatening to reverse progress on the fight against the state's largest wildfire on record. The deadly wildfire, dubbed the Smokehouse Creek Fire, has scorched more than 1 million acres of land, according to latest figures from Texas A&M Forest Service. Only 15% of the fire has been contained. At least 2 people have died and dozens of homes have been torched by fire. And parts of California, Sierra Nevada were covered with more than 42 inches of snow following a blizzard carrying strong winds of 190 miles per hour on Saturday. The National Weather Service has forecast more snowfall over the weekend. Blizzard warnings have been issued through till Sunday for several regions, including Greater Lake Tahoe area, popular for ski tourism. Local authorities have warned against skiing in the area. Parts of Highway 80 were closed due to dangerous conditions. And firefighters were deployed in Brazil's Roraima on Saturday to extinguish rampant fires in the region. Roraima is suffering a sharp spike in wildfires threatening the Yanomami indigenous people and reigniting fears of catastrophe in the Amazon rainforest after months of improved deforestation data. Local authorities said that at least 251 blazes have been recorded on Yanomami Island land, and the indigenous people are already facing a humanitarian crisis due to illegal miners on their land. And rising waters have deluged homes and farmland in various parts of Bolivia. In the village of Cachuelita, the flooding has left roads impassable and cut off vital supply routes in the village. Crops have been submerged underwater, raising concerns over food security in the region. Meanwhile, floods in northwestern Bolivian town Cobija have disrupted natural reptile breeding grounds. Heavy rains this week have hit the Andean region and the Amazon and the valleys of central Bolivia, causing a state of emergency. Singer-songwriter Ray created history at the 2024 Brit Awards on Saturday. Ray became the first artist to win most awards in a single year with 6 wins. She took home Best Artist, Album, Song, New Artist, Pop Act and R&B Act. In the pre-show, she was awarded the Songwriter of the Year. Other winners included Sa, Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus. Kylie Minogue was honored with a Global Icon Award. The ceremony took place at the London O2 Arena. All right, and let's take a look at other stories making news around the world. Spanish police in Barcelona arrested 14 people for allegedly producing $1.08 million worth of high-quality fake €100 banknotes. According to officials, the counterfeit notes used special inks and watermarks and was distributed across Italy, France, Greece and Spain. The international police operation involving forces in Spain, Italy and Greece began last year after large numbers of fake notes were discovered in Barcelona. US police and firefighters rescued a truck driver who was trapped in her vehicle as it dangled over the Ohio River on Friday. A firefighter rappelled from a crane to free the driver who was trapped in the truck's cabin. Fire officials said the truck was involved in a 3-vehicle collision on the Clark Memorial Bridge. A new museum opened at Chichen Itza, a Mayan ruin in southern Mexico registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The exhibits includes a pyramid-shaped temple called El Castillo and the ruins of residences. It houses more than 500 items, including engraved stone facade of a temple and tables. A section of the ruins that was previously off-limits will now be open to the public. The Paris Zoo welcomed a 3-year-old baby rhino on Friday. It's the first female to be taken care of the park. The 1.4-ton white rhinoceros named Diora arrived from an Oxford zoo. The arrival is part of the site's conservation efforts of the white rhinoceros, a species with a decreasing population classified as near threatened by the IUCN's Red List. And still to come on DD News Hour. BJP announces first list of its 195 candidates for upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Guinness World Record created in India's Chandrapur. How? We will tell you. And rain lashes parts of India's capital Delhi on Sunday.
Human activities and habitat loss are a few among the many threats that birds face today.
I was riding on my pillion and there's a bird which fell right in front of me and I couldn't help the bird and the bird died. I thought something has to be done for this. This is what I thought, and by next year we started a rescue work.
We are like applying 100 kg of phosphorus. A plant is able to get only 8 to 10 kg. Some part will go to nearest water body, but maybe 80% of that will be precipitated in soil.
Group of women in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu who are not just cleaning up these dump yards but also reclaiming the land and turning it into something beautiful. the romantic city of Venice. But as the world heats and glaciers melt, the future of this city seems shaky.
It won't manage. Mosa won't be able to cope as a structure, but nor will the lagoon manage, because it needs the exchange of water.
Kerala encapsulates the emotion of India with its vibrancy and diversity.
India that invents. India that innovates. India that excites. India that invites. Land of possibility. Teeming with opportunities. Watch India Ideas each Thursday 8 p.m. only on DD India.
Human activities and habitat loss are a few among the many threats that birds face today.
I was riding on my pillion and there's a bird which fell right in front of me and I couldn't help the bird and the bird died. I thought something has to be done for this. This is what I thought, and by next year we started a rescue work.
We're like applying 100 kg of phosphorus. A plant is able to get only 8 to 10 kg. Some part will go to nearest water body, but maybe 80% of that will be precipitated in soil.
Group of women in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu who are not just cleaning up these dump yards but also reclaiming the land and turning it into something beautiful. The romantic city of Venice. But as the world heats and glaciers melt, the future of this city seems shaky.
It won't manage. Mosa won't be able to cope as a structure, but nor will the lagoon manage, because it needs the exchange of water.
In a world that never stops, where information shapes our reality, one app stands out, helps you stay ahead of time. Introducing the DD India app, your gateway to a world of news right at your fingertips. Your most trusted source of news goes global, goes digital. Explore a world of options, top stories, live updates, in-depth analysis, and more. Stay informed wherever you are. Real-time alerts keep you ahead of the curve always. The DD India app, connecting you to the world one story at a time. Download now and explore the world of knowledge, insights, and authentic information.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj, and let's have a look at the headlines once again. US makes its first Gaza aid airdrop as mediators to seek truce deal. US official says ceasefire framework in place. UK-owned ship attacked by Houthis sinks off Yemen coast. Yemeni government warns of an environmental catastrophe from the ship's cargo of fertilizer. Trump wins Michigan Republican caucus in dominant show of force. And in tennis, Hugo Humbert wins Dubai title, beat Kazakh Alexander Bublik in summit clash. And in a calculated maneuver to secure an early advantage in the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections and surpass the significant threshold of 400 seats through its alliance with the other parties of the National Democratic Alliance, NDA, the Bharatiya Janata Party has announced a list of 195 candidates for 16 states and 2 union territories even before the official announcement of poll dates. The names of the candidates were finalized by the world's largest political and India's ruling party BJP Central Election Committee for 51 Lok Sabha seats from Uttar Pradesh, 20 from West Bengal, 24 from Madhya Pradesh, 15 each from Gujarat and Rajasthan, 12 from Kerala, 9 seats from Telangana, 11 from Assam, 11 each from Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, 5 from Delhi, 2 from Jammu and Kashmir, 3 from Uttarakhand, 2 from Arunachal Pradesh and 1 each from Goa, Tripura, Andaman and Nicobar and Daman and Diu. Well, let's take a look at major contestants.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will contest from his sitting Lok Sabha seat, Varanasi. This is the third time Prime Minister Modi will be contesting from this seat. Once again, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will contest from Lucknow and Home Minister Amit Shah will fight from Gandhinagar. Union Minister Smriti Irani has been fielded from Amethi once again after defeating sitting MP and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi by about 55,000 votes in 2019 Lok Sabha polls. Minister Mansukh Mandavia will be contesting from Porbandar and Purushottam Rupala from Rajkot seats in Gujarat, while Jyotiraditya Scindia will contest from Guna and former Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan from Vidisha seat in Madhya Pradesh. The other names include Union Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal, who will fight from Bikaner seat, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat from Jodhpur seat, and Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla from Kota seat. In Delhi, out of 7 Lok Sabha seats, the BJP has announced the names on 5 seats. It has fielded Praveen Khandelwal from Chandni Chowk seat, Manoj Tiwari from North East Delhi, Bansuri Swaraj, the daughter of former Union Minister Sushma Swaraj, from New Delhi seat, Kamaljit Sehrawat from West Delhi, and Rambir Singh Vidhudi from South Delhi seat. Union Ministers Sarbanand Sonowal will contest from Dibrugarh Lok Sabha seat in Assam, Kiren Rijiju from Arunachal West Lok Sabha seat, Arjun Munda from Khunti seat, and Annapurna Devi from Kodarma seat in Jharkhand, while Rajiv Chandrasekhar will be the party candidate from Thiruvananthapuram seat in Kerala. Former Tripura Chief Minister Bibla Kumar Dev will contest from Tripura West. In Uttar Pradesh, the list includes the names of Union Ministers Mahindra Nath Pandey from Chandauli seat, Satyapal Singh Baghel from Agra, and Sanjeev Kumar Balyan from Muzaffarnagar seat, while Hema Malini will be contesting from her sitting seat Mathura and Ravi Kishan from Gorakhpur. In West Bengal, the BJP has fielded Union Minister Nishish Pramanik from Cooch Behar, Loket Chatterjee from Hooghly, and Pawan Singh from Asanol Lok Sabha seat.
All right, and DD India correspondent Dibyendu Mondal joins us for more. Dibyendu, BJP has announced the first list of 195 candidates ahead of the Lok Sabha polls. Are there any notable candidates or constituencies in the list announced by the party?
Well, Siddharth, of course, last evening the BJP announced 195 candidates in its first list that was released by the BJP in a press conference held last evening. Of course, there have been notable names, the first being of the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, who will be contesting for the third time from the Varanasi seat in Uttar Pradesh. Apart from that, Amit Shah, of course, will be contesting from Gandhinagar. There are other notable ministers that will be contesting from their respective seats. For example, the Defence Minister will contest from his erstwhile seat, which is the seat of Lucknow again in Uttar Pradesh. So apart from that, Smriti Irani is also seeking a second term from Amethi. Remember, Smriti Irani was in fact, BJP leader that made Rahul Gandhi, in fact, that defeated Rahul Gandhi from his home bastion seat of Amethi, after which Rahul Gandhi had to contest from a seat in the southern part of India, the Wayanad. So, of course, she's seeking a re-election from in Amethi. Apart from that, again, Hema Malini is a star candidate of the BJP who will be contesting from her seat in Mathura in Uttar Pradesh. Other important figures that have perhaps been listed by the BJP in the first list is, of course, the 34 sitting ministers who will be seeking re-election this time around. Again, notably Rajiv Chandrasekhar from Kerala's Thiruvananthapuram, where he could see a fierce contest between Rajiv Chandrasekhar and a five-time MP, Shashi Tharoor. So, in fact, there have been several new names that have come up in the BJP's first list of 195 candidates, and of course there will be many more in the coming days when the BJP releases its full list of candidates in the coming time. But of course there have been several important ministers, in fact sitting ministers as well as former Chief Minister. Again, for example, Shivraj Singh Chauhan will be contesting from Vidisha. Remember, Vidisha is a traditional seat of the BJP where former late Union Minister Sushma Swaraj used to contest. So these are some of the important seats that the BJP is looking for contesting and seeking re-election in these multiple seats that have been announced by the party. Back to you.
Well, definitely the first seat is out. First list is out. In fact, Dipendu, BJP has fielded celebrities from film industry and sports fraternity in 2024 Lok Sabha polls. What updates do you have for us regarding that?
Well, Siddharth, of course, as I said, Hema Malini is one of the star candidates of the BJP that is contesting from Mathura. Again, if I take you to West Bengal, we'll see a battle going on between the BJP and Trinamool Congress, where the BJP has fielded its sitting MLA and actor Hiranmoy Chatterjee from the Ghatal Lok Sabha seat, which has been a traditional seat of the TMC, where a Bengali actor Deb contests. Not just this, even from the Churu Lok Sabha seat, notably a Paralympic athlete, Devinder Jhajjar has been nominated to seek election this time around from the Rajasthan Lok Sabha seat of Churu. This is significant because the BJP through its list that was released last evening is trying to portray to the fact that the BJP is giving tickets to people who can raise the voice of the people in the Lok Sabha when they are elected and represent the people in the house, in the lower house. So, Devinder Jhajjar's nomination from Churu gives a message to all, in fact, to the opposition parties also, as to how serious the BJP is looking at each seat when it is selecting the candidates for election into the 2024 Lok Sabha. Even Pawan Singh, from he's a notable Bhojpuri actor, in fact singer, who is seeking election from the Asansol seat in West Bengal. Remember, he will be contesting against Trinamool Congress's Shatrughan Sinha is as of now. Also Manoj Tiwari, again a singer, an actor who will be contesting from the northeast, the northeast seat of Delhi. So in fact, these are some of the notable names that have come up in the first list of the BJP, and of course going forward when the BJP releases the full list, we'll see many more surprises coming our way when the BJP declares the full list in the coming days. But of course it is notable again for all our viewers to say that the BJP releasing a list way ahead of the election being declared is going away from the tradition of the BJP, where the BJP generally holds the list close to its chest. But this also signifies and shows that how confident the party is this time to win the target set by Prime Minister of 370 seats by the BJP alone. Back to you.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for that analysis, Dipendu. And India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Saturday attended a book launch event. Jaishankar spoke about India's rising stature at global level. Jaishankar said the numbers of passports issued in India is rising at substantial rate.
It could even be Indians who travel abroad, and more Indians travel every year. If you look at the number of passports that we issue, these are rising at a very substantial rate. I think last year we issued about 13 million new passports. So the Indians who go out, should also be aware of that, something can happen in the world. And frankly, their families and their near and dear need to know it too.
The Indian pharmaceutical sector witnessed a significant transformation as the government inaugurated 40 greenfield plants dedicated to manufacturing bulk drugs and medical devices. Earlier, these greenfield plants solely relied on imports, and this symbolizes a paradigm shift in the Indian pharmaceutical landscape. India's Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Dr. Mansukh Mandviya said inauguration of greenfield plant is a tangible result of the government's commitment to fostering domestic manufacturing capabilities.
खुशी है, हमने एक साथ में 51 प्लांट PLI स्कीम से बने हुए हैं, 22 बल्क ड्रग के और 39 मेडिकल डिवाइस के। आज इतने प्लांट 51 प्लांट चालू हो चुके हैं, उसका इंटरवेंशन भी मार्केट में देखने मिलता है। दोस्तों, मुझे बताते हुए खुशी है कि 70 ये जो देश में नहीं बनता तो 75,000 करोड़ रुपीस का जो हम इंपोर्ट करते थे वो आज इंपोर्ट तो बंद हुआ, हम 75,000 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट कर पाए हैं। दोस्तों, ये हमारी सफलता।
All right, and Polio Day is being observed across India with a nationwide pulse polio immunization drive on Sunday to administer polio vaccine to children below the age of 5. Thousands of polio booths, volunteer training centers were set up for the administration of polio vaccine to children in several states from Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh. Polio is a highly contagious viral infection that primarily affects the nervous system. Understanding this disease and the importance of polio immunization is crucial in protecting the health of well-being of our children. India had launched Pulse Polio Immunization Program with Universal Immunization Program aiming at 100% coverage in the year 1995 following the Global Polio Eradication Initiative of the World Health Organization. India's Cooperation Minister Amit Shah launched the National Urban Cooperative Finance and Development Corporation Limited, the umbrella organization for the urban cooperative banks in New Delhi. This initiative aims to modernize and strengthen the urban cooperative banking sector, which will benefit both the banks and their customers. Embark on a journey through the aromatic splendor of the NDMC Rose Festival. Saturday marked the grand inauguration of the 6-day extravaganza in the heart of India's capital, where the enchanting India-Africa Friendship Garden greeted visitors with its graceful petals, accompanied by the lively beats of local bands. Well, I went to witness the botanical wonder on the first day, and here's the report.
This is India-Africa Friendship Rose Garden in the national capital, New Delhi, where the nature's finest are in full bloom. A spectacle of floral wonder. The NDMC Rose Festival, a 6-day event, kicked off. This picturesque garden will transform into a paradise of colors, fragrances, and cultural celebrations.
In these two rose gardens, we have more than 75 varieties of roses, and our appeal would be to citizens and residents of Delhi and around areas. Like they came in large number for the Tulip Festival, they come for this Rose Festival, see the splendor of color which is there, lovely weather which is there, and enjoy and have an outing over the weekend and even on a weekday.
I'm happy to be here at the Rose Festival. We just closed the Tulip Festival, where we as the Netherlands partnershiped with NDMC. And I'm very happy to see that we can continue expressing with roses the friendship between our people, between people in general, and the joy that flowers bring to people here in Delhi. It's a pleasure being here.
Families, nature enthusiasts, and culture aficionados alike have gathered to immerse themselves in this botanical extravaganza. But the festival isn't just about admiring flowers. It's also a platform to promote environmental awareness and community engagement.
You can see the roses blooming, a variety of them a sort of roids of color. And we just had the Tulip Festival and thereafter now Rose Festival. It's a very beautiful concept and we are loving it.
Atmosphere is alive with sounds of music and laughter. With its vibrant blooms and festive spirit, the NDMC Rose Festival promises to be a celebration of nature, culture and community.
Amidst the kaleidoscope of colors, a 6-day Rose Festival kicked off in India's capital, New Delhi. Nestled within the serene India-Africa Friendship Rose Garden, each petal whispers the beauty and friendship, also inviting visitors on a sensory journey through botanical wonderland. With camera person Mohit, this is Siddharth Bhardwaj reporting for DD India in New Delhi. India's water sector has witnessed an investment of about $250 billion across various domains, including irrigation, river purification, drinking water and groundwater recharge. Since the inception of the central government's Jal Jeevan mission in 2019, there has been a paradigm shift in the water sector. Indian Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, during a summit organized by the Indian Chamber of Commerce, revealed that 74% of households now have access to clean drinking water through taps. This marks a significant leap from the mere 16% recorded before 2019. India's unparalleled commitment to the water sector over the past decade paves the way for India to achieve SDG 6.1, which declares the importance of achieving clean water and sanitation for all well before 2030. The latest household consumption expenditure survey for 2022-23 indicates a decline in the share of food expenditure in Indian households, with a notable shift towards spending on milk, fruits, vegetables and animal products over food grains. According to the survey conducted by the National Sample Survey Office, the share of food in the average monthly per capita consumption expenditure dipped for both rural and urban India in 2022-23 as compared to records in 2011-12. The share of cereals and pulses within overall food consumption expenditure has reduced both in rural and urban areas. The share of spending on milk has increased, overtaking food grains in 2022-23. Spending on fruits and vegetables has exceeded that on cereals and pulses. A growing share of consumer rupee is also going to eggs, fish and meat. It suggests a clear preference among Indian consumers for animal proteins over plant proteins. Indians are spending more as a percentage of their total expenditure on processed foods, beverages and purchased cooked meals. And let's take a look at other stories making news. A tripartite agreement was signed on Saturday between India's central government, state government of Tripura and Indigenous Progressive Regional Alliance known as Tipra Motha in New Delhi. Under the agreement, it was agreed to resolve all issues of indigenous people of Tripura relating to history, land and political rights, economic development, identity, culture and language. The upper reaches of Himachal Pradesh received fresh snow on Sunday. The Kulu region was covered beautifully in the snow, and the snow-dawned region reflects the beauty of nature. Rain lashes parts of India's capital Delhi on Sunday, bringing down the temperature in the city. According to the India Meteorological Department, Delhi's maximum temperature settled at 25.2 degrees Celsius, 2 notches below the season's average. The air quality index of the city was also recorded in the moderate category with a reading of 114. Forest Department of Indian state of Maharashtra creates a Guinness Book of World Records by creating the words Bharat Mata from 65,724 saplings in Chandrapur. This milestone has been achieved in the ongoing Tadoba Mahotsav 2024 organized at Chandrapur. As many as 65,724 plants of 26 species were used for creating the word Bharat Mata. And still to come on DD India News Hour. The Liverpool beat Nottingham Forest to consolidate their place at top of Premier League. On World Wildlife Day 2024, we embark on a journey of exploration and discovery, uniting people and planet through the power of digital innovation.
India that invents. India that innovates. India that excites. India that invites. Land of possibility. Teeming with opportunities. Watch India Ideas each Thursday 8 p.m. only on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj and time now for sport. Starting with the Australians beat New Zealand by 172 runs in the first test of the two-match series, taking 1-0 lead against the Kiwis. Top performances for Cameron Green and Nathan Lyon propelled Australia to the victory. Cameron Green was declared the man of the match, chasing 396. The New Zealand resumed at 111 for 3 on the fourth day in the second innings and collapsed in the face of superb spin bowling from Lyon to be all out for 196. The two teams will now face each other in the second test of two-match in Christchurch on Friday. In tennis, fifth seed Hugo Humbert produced a near-flawless performance to beat Kazakh Alexander Bublik 6-4, 6-3 to win the Dubai Tennis Championships title on Saturday for his second trophy this season. The Frenchman now holds a 6-0 record in tour-level title matches, with his victory in Dubai his second at ATP 500 level. Left-hander Humbert took out top seed Daniil Medvedev in the semi-final. Earlier this season, Humbert clinched the trophy on home soil in Marseille. The fifth seed was making his debut in Dubai and is the third French champion at the event, joining Jerome Goulmard and Fabrice Santoro. Well, Liverpool on Saturday beat Nottingham Forest 1-0 to consolidate their place at the top of Premier League. Uruguay striker Darwin Núñez came off the bench and glanced home a header in the 9th minute of stoppage time to sink Forest 1-0 and move Liverpool 4 points clear. It was a sixth straight win in all competitions for Liverpool and a fourth in an 11-day span that included an extra-time victory over Chelsea in the English League Cup final last weekend. Meanwhile, second-placed Manchester City will look to restore the gap to Liverpool of 1 point by beating Manchester United at home in the derby on Sunday. Dutch runner Femke Bol of the Netherlands shattered her own indoor 400 meters world record at the World Championships in Glasgow on Saturday. The 24-year-old clocked 49.17 seconds, lowering the previous mark of 49.24 she set 2 weeks ago at the Dutch National Championships. The indoor title followed the 400 hurdles crown she won at the Worlds in August in Budapest. Teammate and training partner Lieke Klaver was second in 50.16, marking the first time in World Indoors history that two Dutch athletes reached a podium in the same event. And Vinicius Jr. scored twice to lead Real Madrid back to 2-2 against Valencia in the Spanish league in an ill-tempered La Liga clash on Saturday in his first return to Mestalla Stadium. This was the first time Vinicius Jr. played the Mestalla Stadium after he was racially abused last season. The game ended with a tussle between the teams after the referee waved off what would have been a last gasp winner by Bellingham, saying time expired. Madrid leads the league with a 7-point advantage over Girona and a 9-point advantage over Barcelona before they both play games on Sunday. In a world where our planet's wildlife faces unprecedented challenges, the need for innovation in conservation has never been more critical. Welcome to the United Nations World Wildlife Day 2024, where we embark on a journey of exploration and discovery, uniting people and planet through the power of digital innovation. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya reports.
वर्ल्ड वाइल्डलाइफ डे की थीम में डिजिटल इनोवेशन को सर्वोपरि रखा गया है। आपको ये जानकर खुशी होगी कि हमारे देश के अलग-अलग हिस्सों में वन्य जीवों के संरक्षण के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी का खूब उपयोग हो रहा है।
On 3rd of March every year, the world comes together to celebrate World Wildlife Day, an initiative by the United Nations to shine a spotlight on the incredible diversity of life on our planet. This day serves as a reminder of the intricate connection between humanity and the natural world, urging us to take action to protect our precious wildlife and their habitat. Under the theme of connecting people and planet, exploring digital innovation in wildlife conservation, this year's World Wildlife Day delves into the transformative potential of digital technologies in safeguarding our natural heritage. Advancements in technology from satellite tracking to DNA analysis are revolutionizing the wildlife conservation efforts, providing us with invaluable insights into the lives of endangered species and their ecosystem. Satellite monitor wildlife movements while data aids in understanding migration patterns and land use, bolstering conservation initiatives. World Wildlife Day emphasizes the importance of collective action. It calls upon countries, companies, and individuals to work together towards a just and sustainable future for all living beings.
As we celebrate World Wildlife Day 2024, let's harness the potential of digital innovation to preserve our planet's biodiversity for generations to come. Let's make a difference. With camera person Vinod, this is Tapush Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
And India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares greeting on X on the World Wildlife Day. PM Modi says this is the day to celebrate the incredible diversity of life on our planet. That's all for this edition of DD India News Hour, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.